feet out wide. Right foot turns out 90 degrees. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, bend the right knee over the heel or ankle. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhaling, right arm way out over the right leg. Placing the right hand down to the instep. Sweeping the left arm up, stack it over the right. Inhale, exhale, 1. Inhaling, exhaling, 2. Inhaling, exhaling, 3. Take the left arm alongside of the left ear, reach. Really plow the left foot down to reach through the left fingertips. Spin the right side of the belly and chest open, pressing the right arm against the right thigh or right calf. Those two will make a lever to help you get a spin. So you want to tone the low belly, reach your tailbone towards your back heel to bring your chest forward and spin open. Inhaling and exhaling. Then pressing down, use your left arm, left leg, bringing yourself all the way up to the top. Hands to your hips, right foot turns in, left foot turns out 90 degrees. Inhaling the arms up, exhaling, bending the left knee, reaching the left arm out, side body long, left hand down to the instep of the left foot, right arm sweeps up, stacks over the left. Inhale, exhale, 1. Inhaling, exhaling, 2. Inhaling, exhaling, 3. Take the right arm alongside of the right ear. So you're driving the outer blade of your right foot down, stretching out through your right elbow, reaching out through the fingertips. Feel that deep side body stretch. Remember, the hips don't stay up high. Get the hips low, but not so low that you're collapsing into the ligaments of the hip, right? So you're really reaching, powering through the back legs, spin the belly and chest open, breathing into that side body stretch, inhaling and exhaling. Pressing down through your right foot, use your right leg and right arm to bring yourself all the way up. Hands to your hips, turn toes in, and then bring it back to the center. Moving into preparation for this arm balance that we're going to do. Coming into a down dog. Step your right foot up to the outside of your right hand. Coming down into a lunge. Just take some time here to really start to get mobility into the hips and just seeing where we are for today. How tight you are, if you've already done your practice, you're warmed up or not. I have not. So this is the beginning of my movements to get me stretched out for that. So I'll take from this front lunge, I'll crawl my arms out to the left, and it's like down dog arms, ears lining up with your arms, and keeping your hips forward in the lunge, but yet there's this side body stretch. So this is a deep stretch to the right side body. Just allowing yourself to breathe in and exhale it out. And then inhaling, push down through your hands, exhale, walk it back in. Placing the left knee down to the floor, shifting the hips back. There's another stretch, and this is for the hamstrings of the front leg. You can put the ball of your foot down. You could flex the ball of your front foot, and working with the stretching here. This heel, the front heel, is really driving down to pull the right hip back. So I'm pushing through the heel to draw the right hip back to level out so that my shoulders are equal distance from the floor. Inhaling, and as you exhale, you're going to shift forward. Taking your right hand, the index finger and thumb web, behind your right heel. That will help me get the leverage to shift back, drop my right shoulder down, and my goal is to get the right shoulder underneath the right knee. So then I'm going to slide my hand up to mid-calf. I'm going to press the hand against the calf. These two will work against each other so that I can wiggle my shoulder under. I want to get my shoulder under there as much as possible so that I can bring the right hand out to the side. Once I bring the right hand out to the side, I'm going to crawl the right foot more to the middle so that I can have an even surface level for my hands to rest on. Then the back knee will lift up, and now I'm in this lunge where I can lift the right heel, and I'm practicing putting weight onto my right arm, just getting that kind of feel for how this is going to work for me today. The elbow, if you notice on the right elbow, is bent out to the side. That's going to give me the power to push my hands down, really drive the hands down to bring the right foot energetically to my chest. From here, inhale, and as I exhale, reaching the right leg out, dropping into chaturanga arms that will just literally float the left leg up. Placing the left leg down, sweep right leg back. Come back to down dog. Inhale and exhale, the left foot steps to the outside of the left hand. Come down into your lunge. Take a moment here for the left hip. Every day, it's a little different. The hips will be a little different for you. The flexibility and mobility that you have. So taking the time to really shift side to side, figure out the side is a lot tighter than the other side. Placing my back knee down, pressing the floor away, beginning to straighten the leg. And I'm not just straightening the leg, but I'm powering through. So I'm using the muscle energy, the one where we lift the toes but drive the foot down, and then straightening the left leg. And I want to be mindful that I have the left hip tacked back, right hip come forward, inner thighs rolling back and apart, tailbone down. Coming into a little stretch here. Walking the hands back slightly, flexing the left foot. Now I know that I forgot that down dog side stretch, so I will catch that on the way out of this. So broadening through your chest, pushing your hands into the floor, getting the deep stretch. Inhale, and as you exhale, I'm going to bring the left foot forward, knee over the heel or ankle, the right knee lifting up. Now we're back into that lunge, right? So then I can take my down dog arms and crawl over to the right side. Really didn't matter what order I did it in, as long as I'm doing the same thing on both sides. So when you make a mistake, you just act as if you meant to do this. So the ears align with the arms, side body stretch on the left side now. You're just allowing yourself to breathe into this, inhaling and exhaling. After a few breaths and you feel like you got a deep stretch in here, press the hands into the floor and then exhale, walk it back to the center. Now the back knee goes back down, the back toes are curled under. Shift the hips back slightly because our goal is to get the elbows and forearms basically down to the floor. I'd like to get the index finger and thumb web behind my heel. That will help me press against the heel to start to wiggle my shoulder under. Once I wiggle my shoulder under, then I'm going to slide this hand into mid-calf. Those two will press against one another with the foot super powered down. That will wiggle my shoulder under. Once I get the shoulder under, you can see me shifting forward, taking the arm out to the side. I don't want half of my hand on the mat and half on the floor. So I crawl the left foot more to the midline so that now I can bring my hands level. Once I get the hands level, just like chaturanga hands, fingertips all lining up, the back toes were curled under, lift the back knee, and then this allows me to start to shift my weight forward. Once I shift my weight forward, I'm now putting pressure on the hamstring of the left leg onto the upper arm. I need to keep that, see that elbow bending out to the side? That's very important. That's the ledge that it's going to go on. Then there's this integration of drawing the navel toward the spine, kind of like the angry cat pose, where you're bringing the xiphoid process and the pubic bone closer to one another and retracting through the shoulder blades. So here we go. We're going to press down. I'm integrating the ab muscles, lifting the foot up. Now I've got weight bearing, taking the foot to the chest first. Then, as I start to integrate, I'm going to do the angry cat, all the concepts of that, chaturanga, shifting forward, and then the back leg will lift. Shoulder blades sliding down my back, chest broad and open. Inhale, and as you exhale, here we go, stepping this one back. Then you're in a nice down dog. Go to your knees, sit back onto your heels, and just take a moment here. It's super fun to play with these poses, to really feel what's happening on one side compared to the other, and to, as a yoga teacher, to make notes to yourself so that you can remember to make notes for your students of how you're accessing this. So even if I'm not speaking it out loud to anybody, these steps are happening in my head. And I've just learned to verbalize the steps. And then when I'm teaching it, you know, I want to observe the students doing the poses. So typically I'm not doing the poses with the students, but what I'm doing is reflecting back into the time when I'm doing it right here, right now, and all the things I remember. So in my mind's eye, I'm actually doing the pose in my head, but it's very important to watch the students that they're understanding what you're saying verbally, verbal cueing, so you can't do both. And so I do this so much that it gets ingrained inside of me, and I can literally feel my body doing it even though I'm not doing it, and then I'm giving them verbal cues. This is for any pose, all poses, and that's how I get off the mat into teaching, walking around, and being able to do all the hands-on adjustments. So it takes a lot of practice like this, talking it all out step by step, just like we talked about how you would walk to a door and say right hand reaches out, grabs door handle, turn doorknob to the right, pull door open, right? And so just step by step. So good luck on this, and start to apply these to your everyday moves, thinking it out step by step, and being able to explain to somebody, maybe acting like you're teaching somebody who's blind what they would do. But I hope that's helpful, and have fun with this pose. These poses are so much fun. I'm going to teach you a lot more. Today I'm feeling a lot like arm balancing. So see you soon. Look for more videos.